Welcome to the True Crime Never Sleeps podcast. I'm your host, Larry Lease. Today we're counting down our picks for the 7 crimes that will never be solved. When we made this list, we looked at the most disturbing things people got away with and will likely never answer for. We're staying away from crimes where the public and authorities disagree over whether the true culprit was found. Let us know in the comments below in which case you hope will be solved one day. Before we get into our list, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. Check out poddex.com and use promo code Larry21 for 10% off your first purchase. And as always, you can be a part of the show by sending us a voicemail at 682-305-0483. Now let's dive right in. At number 7, D.B. Cooper. It's not often somebody holds an entire plane for ransom and gets away with it, but that's exactly what happened in 1971. A man dressed in a suit and sunglasses, identified only by the name Dan Cooper on his ticket, boarded a flight from Portland to Seattle. He calmly told the flight attendants he brought a bomb on board and demanded 4 parachutes and $200,000 cash. Not wanting to risk 40 innocent lives, the FBI gave Cooper exactly what he wanted. The plane landed at Seattle-Tacoma Airport to collect, then took off again, whereupon Cooper parachuted out of the plane and disappeared forever. In the years since, the FBI has yet to conclusively identify him. Number 6, the Tylenol Poisonings. 7 people mysteriously passed away from cyanide poisoning in Chicago over a matter of days in 1982. Police found that the victims had one thing in common. They'd all recently purchased and taken Tylenol that had been laced with a large amount of the substance. Although the Tylenol bottles were the same batch, they were bought from different stores. While suspects emerged, there was almost no evidence thanks to a total lack of CCTV, witnesses, and forensics. There was a massive Tylenol recall. The case led to the implementation of tamper-proof medication packaging to stop this from ever happening again. The strange nature of the crime, seemingly designed to cause mass hysteria and nothing else, has left it unsolved for decades. Number 5, Jimmy Hoffa. Probably one of the cases that I believe will truly never be solved. After disappearing under very suspicious circumstances in 1975, Jimmy Hoffa's body has never been found. Will it ever? We truly don't know. Hoffa was a prominent labor leader of the Teamster who was once in the Mafia's pocket. But after he got on their bad side, the organization may have come after him. The person who did the deed may have been Frank Sheeran, one of the Mafia's most famous hitmen. He reportedly confessed to the murder, although this is disputed. Regardless, the lack of forensic evidence in a body have made it impossible to put this crime to rest. And number 4, Bennett Ramsey. In 1996, stories spread throughout the United States of a horrible, tragic crime. The body of young beauty queen Bennett Ramsey had been found in the cellar of her own home. Initially reported missing because of a ransom note found in the house, the discovery of her body changed everything. Suspicion immediately fell on her parents, and it was theorized that they could have faked the ransom note. However, there's no evidence to implicate them, and while a few other suspects who had disturbing fixations on Ramsey while she was still alive emerged, the crime scene still had almost nothing by way of forensics. This has left the case with no conclusive suspect. And number 3, the Zodiac Killer. San Francisco's most infamous criminal took the lives of at least 5 people. He claimed to have taken 37 in total. Throughout an investigation that took place all over San Francisco Bay Area, the only major piece of evidence the authorities had was one sketch. The Zodiac perpetrator is so notorious because he taunted the cops with ominous letters and complex ciphers. And when the texts were decoded, officials got deranged messages that didn't offer much evidence. Whoever the criminal was, he seemed to disappear in the 70s for a mysterious reason. Authorities still don't know who it was. And before we get to our final two, I'd like to remind you to hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And you can also listen to us on Good Pods now. So, moving on to number 2, the Black Dahlia. In January 1947, the bisected body of Elizabeth Short, dubbed the Black Dahlia in the press, was discovered in Los Angeles. The grisly crime has haunted the city for decades because despite the high-profile nature of the incident, nobody was ever charged. The most popular suspect for Short's demise today is Dr. George Hodel. Not only is he suspected by many, including his relatives, but he's also believed to be responsible for more gruesome crimes. The case may have even spawned copycats like the horrifying lipstick murder of Jean French just weeks later. Even if Hodel was responsible, he died in 1999 and could never be brought to justice. And in no surprise, at number 1, Jack the Ripper. One of the most notorious and gruesome criminals in history was Jack the Ripper. He haunted the streets of London for months during 1888. Jack the Ripper took the lives of at least 5 women and may have attacked even more in horrifying ways. All the victims shared the same adult profession. This may have been why the police at the time didn't do a great job of investigating. Vital pieces of evidence in the case were lost, and since this was the 1800s, forensic science wasn't ready to help. After the criminal was named Jack the Ripper, he later wrote letters to the authorities taunting them for being the one to catch him. He eventually disappeared and left the terrifying case open. And that is all we have for this episode of the True Crime Never Sleeps podcast. Let us know your thoughts on this list. Is there someone we missed? Someone we should have included? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey, if you like our content, check out these videos for more. You can go up here and look on a video on the murder of John Bennett Ramsey. Or over here, you can see the video on the Delphi murders. So check them out today. See you tomorrow.